Edina replies neatly there. They needed that here into the second period. We'll get the scoring from Tommy Henches.
Assisted by number 8, Nolan Bauer. Sanow from Bauer.
Austin Sanow from Nolan Bauer. And it's 3-1. Off the boards, it's going to be Osseo Maple Grove looking to respond there. That's going to be OMGHA. His shot was snared and hung on to. Get you caught up on the first period scoring and how we've gotten to here. First, it was James Hetland scoring from Josh Grand with 6:05 to go in the period. Beckett Slaymaker scored from Bennett Robertson with 1:47 to go. And Alexander Roline from Joseph Casera. Actually, that should be the other way around, as I'm sure Casera's shot went through clean. Maybe Roline got the deflection. 6 seconds to go there. And then here in the second period early on, it's Austin Sanow from Nolan Bauer. First period shots on goal. Red for Osseo Maple Grove Gold, 12, and for Edina Green, 5. Edina controls in the neutral zone as they'll look to play this one. Really big goal for them to slow this Osseo Maple Grove Gold team down that was on a roll. They have a pair of power play goals. So I'm sure the bench has the memo. Stay out of the box for sure, as they've been effective with it. Now here's Edina, cuts back to the grain there. That's Benavente Lewis with the bid there. They'll let that go. Peter Benavente Lewis with 2 opportunities. Now to the right wing, that's Slaymaker. Now down the wall it goes, and that's going to be whistled down for an offside as a reset back into the neutral zone. Over to the near side. Here they go. Edina on the move. We'll play this one into the corner. Now up high it goes to Fisher. His shot's blocked away there by Hicks as it's played to the right wing side. They'll carry this one up through center. That's going to be puck that's advanced along the wall for Edina. That's Jude Porter that was there. Back in behind they go with it. Nice controlled breakout up to the right wing, but that's cut off by Hurt Hicks. That came off the stick of Edina's number 14, Charles Fisher. Back into their zone they go. Big collision in front of the bench area. Now it's going to be Benton Hurt Hicks as they'll send that one in wide of the mark. Here comes a foot race. Nolan Bauer. Now it's going to be picked up by O'Shaughnessy. To the line it goes. Waiting there is OMGHA. OMGHA will guide that one down the wall. Osseo Maple Grove looks to fish this one to the goal mouth area. In on goal. Look out. Barnett was looking behind himself. Not sure where it was, but he gets it covered, and we stay here at 3-1 here in the second period. It was Hetland in on the draw with Bauer back in behind the net. Fionn plays that around the far side. Lieber guides that out of the scrum back into the corner. That's going to be Krupstad. Lieber is there, plays that one ahead. Nice feed to the left wing. Out of the zone they go. 2-on-2 through center. They have a player to the net. As it's turned back over to the right wing side and played back up through center. Now it's Osseo Maple Grove on it. Fionn has it. Fionn carries that one in back to the line. OMGHA, he'll walk with it to the top of the slot, deflected away off a Hornet stick. Austin Sanow in front. There's a puck that's loose. That one was really close there. Another opportunity. It's getting scrambly there, as that one's going to be played back into the right wing side at the line, but not out. There's OMGHA again. That one's blocked up in the high slot area, and Edina will carry this one back up through center. On an angle they go. Muscling toward the goal mouth area is Sano as he's flushed by Price. Price will come up with the puck after he takes him down. Over to the far side. Nice little shiver there by Tanius. He gets position and plays that through the goal mouth area. Edina now working the offensive zone. Back up to McWhite. Instead, that shot was taken there from up high. I believe that was O'Shaughnessy. Now from the right side, that's played through. That one will trickle just wide of the mark, and that'll be whistled down for an icing call. This will be played back in the corner. That's be picked up by Casera. Back up to the line. Edina's Benavente Lewis plays that one in to the near side. Pinching over on the wall there was Recha as they'll go down on the play. As here's a foot race and a possible breakaway. Moving in on goal. Slaymaker. Oh, what a big save made. Luke Barnett slams the door there. Now Edina is going to race back up to the left wing side. Heavy collision off the wall. That'll be off the boards. That's Casera trying to clear the zone. Edina was there, and they lost the handle. That will be played back into the corner. We have a penalty coming up. That'll be on Osseo Maple Grove. Probably a slash or a hook from that far side from what I could tell. Played down the wall. In front it goes. They have the extra attacker out as Edina, the 6-on-5. Was going there, and it's going to be an interference call. But let's take a look at that replay of the breakaway. A scrum there, and then that got through everyone. Back at the line now. Edina will control. That's Heinmiller. That one deflects up in the air. They sprawl in front. Down was O'Hara. He collided with an Edina player. Over to the far side, that's going to be Fisher. Back into the corner. Muscling his way to that puck is O'Hara once again, as he's been absolutely a physical machine here on this PK. Back up to the line. A wrister from far range from Lipinski. In on goal, that's going to be turned aside. Puck sits free as they battle off for the loose change. It'll be Osseo Maple Grove to the line. Lipinski is there. That's kicked back up to the right wing side, and that gets underneath Krupstad. Here comes a foot race. Now Krupstad with it, watched by Heinmiller. Krupstad, he'll be brought down, and we'll have a penalty coming up. As we will go 4-on-4 for a period here of time. We'll take a look at this puck being played to the net. It was Heinmiller and Krupstad, a couple of 17s on this loose puck. Good angle there by Edina's Heinmiller, but just got the stick in there a little bit too much. Tripping him up and forcing this power play. So we'll open up the ice a little bit. Oh, a redirect. Whoa! What a save by Barnett. That is not easy, folks. Former goaltender here calling that out. Redirects, they're fun, but they're also devastating at the same time. Nice job staying focused. Got out right on that and stayed calm with his pads. That penalty that Heinmiller called with 6:14 to go in the frame. Back in behind the net now. It's going to be controlled by Hetland. Hetland will look ahead to center. Ooh, that was deflected off the stick of Casera as they're back to full strength. Edina's McWhite will take this one back in behind the net. From the end wall, protecting the puck and looking out front. This will come to the line. They've got 2 power play goals. Can it be 3? That shot was on by Price and turned aside by Barnett. Oh, we want a Michigan. Nope, we're not going to get it. Not in my house, says the Edina defense. No chance. Now it's going to be played back into the neutral zone. Grand now will play that one rink wide. And now it's going to be played back into the corner. McWhite is there. He'll gather that one as he's watched on the forecheck. And down he goes. 5-on-4 continues. That's ticking down. Ooh, a couple bodies fly there. They wanted the OMG faithful wanted the original penalty there to Graham Tanius. Then there was another contact. Let's see what they do here. Tanius is going to go. Got pretty physical down in the corner there. I mean, I've always rather enjoyed when the fans cheer a child that got a penalty. He didn't do it to you. That's just me, but maybe I'm just that guy where it's like it's a bummer he took the penalty, but yeah, let's move on. We'll wait to sort this one out. We'll hear from Tommy Henches exactly what they're going through there. Ooh, Edina took 2 penalties. So Austin Sano's got a unsportsmanlike conduct. And then Graham Tanius took one at the same time. So this will set up a 5-on-3 and a huge turning point here for this one. So Edina will have to kill with 3. These 2 penalties will run simultaneous for a minute 30. 4:48 remains in the second period right now. All-important face-off win for Osseo Maple Grove. That's Benton Hurt Hicks that pushed that one wide of the mark. Plenty of ice to work with. Back up to the line it goes. Sometimes you see teams take too much time. Now it's a 5-on-4. It should be a 5-on-3. Oh, check that. They went 10 minutes. Okay, that wasn't a minor penalty. So it is a 5-on-4. They fooled me because they had time left on the clock there. So 5-on-4 continues. Back into the corner it goes now. That's going to be Slaymaker with it. They look back out front. Slaymaker has it. Up to the line. One-timer, a blast it on goal, and that one's pushed wide. Wow, a great bid there by O'Hara. And they had a great chance as well down low. I believe that was Robertson. Now it's played back into the corner. They'll look in front. Scores! A shorthanded tally there. I mean, a short side tally on the power play there. That's a big goal scored there to reopen the 3-goal lead for Osseo Maple Grove. And you'll take a look at the movement here on this play. It was definitely significant. They're moving it around there from the corner. That feed came from Slaymaker, and that shot from the near side from Benton Burt Hicks. 4-1 the score now in favor of Osseo Maple Grove. That'll be the 3rd power play goal. 3 of their 4 have been on the power play. As this one will be turned back up ice through center. On an angle, it's Heinmiller to the corner. They'll try to play this one out front. This will rim around to the near side. And staying there on that puck was Joshua Price. Edina will work that one away neatly from the official. and break this one up. But Price tried to have the pinch there, and that one's going to roll in on goal, as that's going to be Nelson to hang on. Like they got away with a trip there and then through the neutral zone. .50-50 puck from the circle. Back up to the line. That's going to be a quick shot from the left side. That was Lieber that made that play. That's going to be deflected away as they'll hustle back into their own zone. Icing again will be the call. And we'll reset again. Latter stages here of this second period. We've already named a champion at the Pee Wee C level, which was the Edina Black edition. And then at the Squirt B2 level, it was Edina Green. And then Wayzata Ice wins at the Pee Wee C level. Here we are with Osseo Maple Grove leading by a score of 4-1 here in this second period of the championship game. Grand will play it to the right wing, gets it back and just flips it to neutral, as Edina will send that one into the zone and go to work on the forecheck. Over to the far wall they go, controlled neatly there by Hurt Hicks. That's cut off of the stick of Recha, as it's going to be played in front of the bench area, and it's controlled. Knocked off the stick. Once again, that was O'Shaughnessy. Now Lieber there to guide that one into the zone. All the way around it goes. Waiting on that one is Hurt Hicks, as he'll skate into that and play that one up the near wall. That'll be off his stick. A Hornet stick, no ice on the play, as they'll be forced to retreat. That's Peter Benavente Lewis, who gets away from a would-be checker. Now it's going to be Casera. They lose the handle. Edina tries to play it to an open wing. Casera was there again. Now Edina turns this one back up ice. They'll cut this one to the forehand. Nifty play there. In on goal. That one wide of the mark with Benavente Lewis with the bid. Now it's going to be Osseo Maple Grove. They'll muscle this one ahead. Tanius. Or check that. That's Robertson rather. Opens up to the forehand. Nice play there. Didn't look like he had any real estate to work with, but he found a way and found some space there as he punched that one in on goal. Bennett Robertson to take the draw for the Osseo Maple Grove Gold. Gets the draw clean. Boy, details on this OMG team are impressive. Face-offs, power play, puck movement, one-on-one battles. Real well put together club here. O'Hara plays this one to the right wing side. That's going to be played back into the corner. That's Rogowski. That's going to be stopped by Barnett. He's been strong here for Edina. Gets the blocker pad down on that as it's turned back up into the Osseo Maple Grove Gold zone. Now it's O'Hara. He'll play up to the left wing. Waiting on it is Rogowski. And now it's picked up by O'Shaughnessy. He'll play that one through the left wing side. That one's going to be wide of the mark. Now it's going to be Edina to try to control back up to the line. Nice play by Porter. There's a wrist shot from long range. That was pumped in on goal by Lipinski. And the loose change cleared the length of the ice into the Edina zone. That will be in on goal, and that will do it for the period. Last push there at the period. And once again, the score reads Osseo Maple Grove up on Edina by a score of 4-1. We'll have the third period coming up for you. We'll keep it here. We're going to go picture-in-picture for you.
My grandfather opened our doors in 1930. Ever since, we've had one main goal: keeping customers and their families comfortable. Comfort isn't just about temperature. It's about your peace of mind working with us. Our reputation is built on quality work, integrity, and a team of experts second to none. We stand behind our guarantees, our work, and our people. That's been true for over 90 years. Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, the comfort you deserve since 1930.
Welcome back to Braemar Arena, where we are between the second and third period. We'll get ready to look to crown a champion at the Pee-wee B2 level. Coming up next will be the Bantam C level, followed by Bantam B2. To close out what has been a great tournament campaign here for Edina Youth Hockey Tournaments. Yes, they do have the girls' jamboree, I believe, coming up yet, but a lot of hard work goes into these tournaments each and every year. And it seems like a flash when all of this started back in the Thanksgiving weekend, as it's controlled back in behind. Hurt Hicks plays that one through center as Edina will retreat back into their own zone. They'll have to hurry here as they'll play this one back up in front of the bench area. Look to find an opening there, a stick on that, and Benavente Lewis. And now Edina will carry it on the move. They'll try to send that one to the slot area. And now back in from the corner. It's Cornelius. He'll lose the handle, picked up by the OMG Gold, and they'll play this one back up through center off the stick of Roline. That will make it into the Edina zone for an icing call, as we'll reset back into the left of the goaltender, Silas Nelson, for Osseo Maple Grove. Puck will be pulled back out of the zone, and that's off an Edina stick, so no ice, as Edina will retreat back into their own zone. From the end wall, that'll be played back around. That's going to be held in, though, by the Crimson in on goal as they bid there, but that's Luke Barnett very strong with the battle down low in front of the crease area. Face-off win by Edina as they'll marshal this one ahead up the left wing side. Nice puck protection there by Nolan Bauer, getting help down low with Jude Porter. Up to the left wing they go. Ooh, they had a man open on the near side. They wanted to stretch it rink wide. Oh, what a play at the line. Walking in on goal off wing. That was a nifty play there by Thomas Miller. Wow. Up to the line it goes now. That's going to be Grand with it. He has pressure. That was provided by Nolan Brower. Down low, trolling for a loose puck there was Hetland. Love that, going to the net. Nice stick to play that one away by Edina as they'll work this one back up ice. Through center ice they go. That'll be pushed through traffic and back in behind the net. Now O'Hara. They'll run into trouble there. It's now O'Shaughnessy. They try to clear that ahead, but Heinmiller cuts it down. Nice feed to the top of the slot under the stick of O'Shaughnessy and played from the left wing side. Strong stick battle on the wall. 2-on-2 battle. Here comes a fifth player. Wow. Hetland fishes it out back into another number 12, Broderick O'Shaughnessy, as he plays that one through. Now over the near side they go with it. Hetland. They'll play in deep. Back in behind the Edina defense will break this one back up through traffic. They ran into some trouble there in some maroon sweaters, and Edina will try to advance that one in across the line, but that's going to be offside at the line. He'll pin up on the near boards. And that's fished back into the neutral zone and sent right back onto a crimson stick. Edina then regains possession. That was Gonser that played that one in for Edina. He'll head to the bench. Back in across the line they go. That's going to be wide of the mark. Osseo Maple Grove will force it into the offensive zone, playing with the lead very well here. Rogowski back in behind the net, over to the right wing side. And this will be played back up through center. And behind the net, that's going to be Casera. He'll swing it around the boards. Wise move because he was losing his angle quickly. Back at center ice, that's going to be Heinmiller. And now it's going to be a move there that's stopped by Robertson. Nice stick to break that one up. Charles Fisher. In front of the bench area it goes. There's a battle up high at the blue line. And now it's going to be gathered and played back out of the zone. Turn back over. There's a shot in on goal. As now they'll chase this one back into the corner. Now Lieber comes away with it behind the net. He's got some real estate. He's going to work it up the right wing side. Closing on him with really ferocious back pressure there were the Osseo Maple Grove Gold. Really good stuff there. A nice clean win off the draw there by Bauer. Edina in control as they play this in deep. Here's Price. Price will look back up toward the middle. That's cut off there by the... Ooh, that's just offside. I thought they had it at the line there, but instead we will take that outside the zone. Puck controlled now by Osseo Maple Grove. No scoring here in this third period. No penalties to speak of. Benavente Lewis played up onto the near side. That's going to be pushed back into the zone off the stick of Benavente Lewis. It's going to be Price. He'll play it around to the right wing on the rail as this is going to come back up into the neutral zone. Edina will regroup. And there is a puck played into the neutral zone. Edina controls back in off the rush. They'll carry this wide. Want to create nifty play there and on goal and a save made. Back in behind. Oh, nice play to flip it up over the top of the net. Crafty. Pond hockey. This is going to be played to the near side. Now it's Benavente Lewis. He was stopped on the play by Miller. Now it's played back out by Hetland to the left wing side. At center, over they go with it. And that's going to be a stick there by O'Hara to break that one up to the high slot area. Edina on that puck with Gonser. In front they go. That's deflected away. Nice stick by Barnett. He was playing a little defense there. So he deflected that scoring chance away. Back at the line. Turned back up ice by Benavente Lewis. Lost the handle there. Now he's in a foot race with Hurt Hicks. Hurt Hicks gets the angle there. Edina will play that one out of the corner. And here they come back out of the zone. Osseo Maple Grove, they have numbers and a man open on the right side. That's going to be a little too far. But you can see the thought there as they drew people over and then went up against the grain, and icing will be the call. From the draw, it's Hurt Hicks. They'll play this one through center. That's going to be angled out of the zone by Osseo Maple Grove. They dish that over to the right wing side. That was Robertson that tried to get the stick down on that. He'll come back toward the goal mouth area. That squirts through. Porter steps up. There's a shot that's blocked up high. There's another shot that's attempted and into some gear. And back out of the zone comes Edina. They'll look back from center. They're going to dump it in deep. That's off Porter's stick. And now it's going to be Hurt Hicks to regroup. Around the wall he goes on the breakout on the rim for Rogowski. Now here they go. They got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Here's a foot race. Maybe turn that into a breakaway. Penalty coming up. And that's going to be called on Edina's Heinmiller. They got him for a hook there. Take a look at this scoring chance as this thing brewed up for the Osseo Maple Grove Gold. Actually, we'll get that one a little bit later. Off the draw, power play again for Osseo Maple Grove. They have 3 power play goals to their credit right now. 7:12 the time of the goal here in the third period, meaning 5:48 to go in it. As time is ticking here for Edina, they need to come up with 3 markers quickly. Let's kill this penalty. It's a minute and a half worth of time. That's deflected up off the back of the glass, swung around the wall by Nordvald. Edina will keep at the line as they look to play that one down. Nice hands there off the wall. Quick shot and on goal. Turned aside by Nelson. Edina shorthanded. Caution to the wind here. They just want to start putting pucks toward the net area there. That's Gonser with the bid there as he plays that one in wide of the mark. Now it's going to be Bauer back up at the line. Gonser's shot. They want the redirect. Josh Grand was there to break it up, and now it's going to be picked up on the near side and out of the zone. They looked ahead. Nice physical battle there. That's controlled and played by Thomas Miller. Now across the line, they're going to open up to the forehand, get behind the defense, and they score! Oh! Wow, that was silky right there. Very impressive. Their 4th power play goal of the game. That is impressive. Take a look at this. A nice little battle that ensued right there. That was Miller. Then he got that one ahead, and look at that little play. Wow. Fione is the goal scorer there. And that makes it 5-1. There's a shot that's deflected. Up high it goes. 4:28 remains in the third period. Comfortable lead here for Osseo Maple Grove as they'll play this one toward the goal mouth area. Hurt Hicks is there with it. That's off the Edina stick, and Benavente Lewis back up to the line it goes. That's going to be Hetland to the left wing from long range. They dialed it. That's going to be turned aside by the blocker pad of Barnett. Back to the corner. Nice positional play by McWhite to stay with that. Hurt Hicks will try to play that around the wall. He'll stay with it to the slot area. That was behind Fione or Fosney. I have this actual cheater thing where you can put a name into it and it gives you the actual pronunciation from like the origin of the name. And we always kind of Minnesotaize things. And I didn't hear anybody in the crowd kind of giggle when Tom Henches said Fosney, so I'm going to go with that the rest of the way. In on the draw for Edina is going to be O'Shaughnessy. Stayed with that puck off the draw. Going to the net there was Porter. He'll bring some pressure over to the right wing side as it's played up high to the line and poked to center. Ooh, nice job there. Down on the play, though, goes Robertson. That's going to be turned aside by Barnett to the near corner. Waiting on this one is Casera. Instead, he's going to back off. Why not with a 4-goal lead? No need to pinch when you're up by 4. I mean, even 2. It's played back through and sent behind. Be gathered there by Robertson. That's going to be picked off by Porter. It's going to be one hopped in on goal as Silas Nelson's been solid in goal here tonight. Shots on goal read 26-14, including Edina Green with a 5-4 edge here in the third period. It was 12-5 after 1, 10-4 after 2, 22-9 then. And then Edina has gotten a few more chances here in this period. There's a blocker pad save for shot number 6 of the period. And out of the zone they go. They got a man that was kind of waiting up high, and Alexander Rolin. Back into the corner, nice positional play there. Up around the rail, Osseo Maple Grove working the offensive zone. Delayed penalty coming up, and we have what? Was that a cross check I saw from him? Rough. So another power play. They have 4 power play goals. Let's see if they can make it 5. 2:02 to go in the period. It's going to be Austin Sano that goes this time. There's a puck played to center by Cole Cornelius. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the third period. That's going to be gathered and played by the stick of Rolin. Now across the line, they've got a man open in front. There's a shot in on goal. Barnett makes the save. Nordvold opened up and did a nice job there to get that one in on goal. Bantam C game is slated for 4 p.m. Most likely we'll start 15 early like this one did. Back to the line it goes. That's going to be off the stick of Casera. He's going to regroup. Real heady defenseman here for Osseo Maple Grove. That's going to be deflected away off the far wall. Edina will have it now. That was Gonser that was there. That was deflected. And that's turned aside. Now back in behind the net it goes. Osseo Maple Grove. Look out. They find Thomas Miller battling through traffic there. That's turned over. Miller gets it back. In on goal. Scores! There's Miller. Gives his club the 5-goal lead. That one was interesting. It just was sort of a for-sale puck. Whoever wants it. 55 seconds remain here in the hockey game. And they go up by a score of 6-1 to Osseo Maple Grove. And either way you have it, it's running time the rest of the way unless Edina can dent the twine. Edina got this one to 3-1. Thomas Miller, unassisted marker there for Osseo Maple Grove. As they pin up on the boards, it's going to be a scrum here to the finish. And the clock winds down here as we're going to count it down. As the Osseo Maple Grove plays, Eddie Edina will try to spring a man one last time here. That's going to be flipped up to center. Into the Edina zone it goes, and off the bench, Osseo Maple Grove Gold goes as they win the 41st annual Bob O'Connor Pee Wee B2 Tournament Championship here from Braemar Arena. Congratulations to both teams on a terrific tournament. We'll keep it here for the trophy ceremony, and I'll bid you adieu from now. I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.
Congratulations to both the second place Edina